In a moment that no one saw coming, not even the most seasoned fans of hashtag 90-Day Fiancé, 90-Day Fiancé star Kim Menzies has broken her silence in a tearful confession that has shaken the fandom to its core. Through trembling words and tear-stained cheeks, Kim revealed a secret she's been carrying for months. She catfished her own son, Jamal Menzies. Yes, you read that right. What started as a mother's worry spiraled into a digital deception that blurred the lines between protection and betrayal. I just wanted to protect him. Sitting down for what she described as the hardest interview of my life, Kim didn't try to hide behind excuses. Her voice cracked as she began. I know what I did was wrong. I know it, but I didn't wake up one day thinking, I'm going to hurt my son. I was scared. I was trying to protect him. Fans first met Kim during her turbulent relationship with Nigerian musician Usman Umar, a romance that unfolded under the bright and often brutal lights of reality television. Kim faced public scrutiny, online ridicule, and intense criticism. Through it all, Jamal often stood by her side, defending her choices and calling out her critics. But behind the scenes, Kim says she began noticing changes in her son. He was distant, secretive, always on his phone. She recalled, he wouldn't tell me who he was talking to, and after everything I'd been through, being played, being lied to, I couldn't shake the fear that someone was doing the same thing to him. Her anxiety grew. The protective instinct that had guided her through motherhood took over. And then she made a decision she now calls the biggest mistake of my life. The fake profile. Kim confessed that she created a fake social media account, complete with a carefully curated profile picture, a believable backstory, and just enough mystery to draw attention. I didn't use some model's photo or anything crazy, she insisted. I wanted it to feel real, approachable, someone he might actually talk to. Within days, the account followed Jamal. And he followed back. I remember my heart pounding, Kim said, wiping away tears. It felt wrong, but I told myself I was just testing him, just seeing what kind of conversations he was having. At first, their exchanges were harmless, casual comments, playful banter, shared memes, but as the messages grew more frequent and more personal, Kim began to panic. He opened up, she admitted. He talked about pressure, about feeling like people only saw him as Kim's son from TV. He talked about dating struggles, about trust. Listening to her son pour his heart out without knowing he was confiding in his own mother was both heartbreaking and deeply unsettling. I realized I wasn't protecting him anymore. I was invading his privacy. The moment it went too far, the turning point came when Jamal began expressing romantic interest in the fake persona. He said he felt a connection. Kim whispered, that's when I knew I had to stop. But stopping wasn't easy. How do you tell your son you've been pretending to be someone else? How do you explain that betrayal? For weeks, Kim kept the secret. She deleted messages, logged out of the account, tried to pretend it never happened. But guilt has a way of resurfacing. I couldn't sleep. I'd look at him and feel sick. He trusted me, and I broke that trust. The confession. Kim finally decided to come clean during what she described as a random Tuesday that didn't feel random at all. I sat him down. I was shaking. I told him I needed to tell him something, and he thought I was sick or something serious had happened. When she revealed the truth, Jamal was stunned. He just stared at me, no words, just disbelief. According to Kim, the silence was worse than shouting. I kept saying, I'm sorry, I'm so sorry, but I could see the hurt in his eyes. Jamal reportedly left the house that night to process everything. He needed space, Kim said. And I don't blame him. A mother's fear in the age of social media. Kim insists that her actions weren't about control, but about fear. Social media is dangerous, she said. I've lived it. I've been manipulated. I didn't want him to go through that. Ironically, by trying to shield her son from deception, she became the deceiver. Experts often warn about the emotional consequences of catfishing: erosion of trust, psychological confusion, humiliation. When that deception comes from a parent, the emotional stakes are even higher. I crossed a line, Kim acknowledged. Being a mom doesn't give me the right to invade his emotional life. The fallout. While Kim declined to share every detail of their private conversations, she confirmed that she and Jamal are currently in therapy together. We're working on it, that's all I can say, she said. She also revealed that Jamal has asked for firmer boundaries moving forward. No more checking his phone. No more investigating. He's a grown man. Fans have already begun reacting to the confession, with opinions sharply divided. Some empathize with Kim's protective instincts. Others argue that her actions crossed an unforgivable line. The hashtag 90DayFiancé has exploded with debate. Is this just another dramatic twist in the franchise's long history of shocking revelations, or something far more personal? Public persona versus private pain. Throughout her time on reality TV, Kim has often worn her heart on her sleeve. Viewers saw her vulnerability, her longing for love, and her fierce loyalty. But this revelation reveals another layer: insecurity. "I guess I didn't trust that I raised him strong enough," she admitted quietly, and that hurts to say. It's a rare moment of self-reflection for a star often portrayed as outspoken and bold. "I'd been judged for chasing love overseas, for being older and dating younger, for believing in someone when others didn't. I think I let that criticism get in my head. I started seeing danger everywhere." A lesson learned. Kim says she is sharing her story not for sympathy but accountability. "If there's another parent out there thinking about doing what I did, don't. Talk to your kids. Trust them. Don't test them." She paused, voice breaking again. "I tested my son, and I almost lost him." Despite the turmoil, Kim remains hopeful. "Jamal is my world. If he decides he needs distance, I'll respect that. If he forgives me, I'll be grateful every day. Either way, I'll spend the rest of my life trying to earn back his trust." What's next for Kim? Kim hasn't confirmed whether this deeply personal chapter will play out on a future tell-all special or remain off-camera. But one thing is certain: she's no longer hiding. "I've lived my life publicly. The good, the bad, the embarrassing," she said. "This is probably the most embarrassing thing I've ever admitted, but it's the truth." In a franchise built on long-distance relationships, cultural clashes, and emotional roller coasters, this may be one of the most unexpected twists yet, not between lovers, but between mother and son. As the hashtag 90DayFiancé community processes the news, one question lingers: can trust be rebuilt after such an intimate betrayal? For Kim, the answer isn't found in social media or television ratings. It's found at home. "One conversation at a time," she said softly, "one honest moment at a time. And this time, no fake profiles."